wanted to show you some cards I'd made using our new Color Theory Designer Series paper stack. This paper I just love because it gives you so many options to make your cards. It's this pack right here, and it's found on page 187 of the new catalog. It's got 48 sheets that are 6 by 6, and you've got 4 each of 12 double-sided designs. You've got your berry burst, and you see this one is kind of gradually the different colors. This one is more muted, there's no lines. And then we also have the Dapper Denim, and this particular pattern comes in all the colors. This one reminds me of paint samples. Then we've got the Old Olive and the Crushed Curry. So this just opens up so many possibilities. The cards that I've made, let me get back to them right here. I used the Daisy Delight bundle, and look how they look so different. This is the Berry Burst, and I used this sentiment from the Colorful Seasons stamp set, the Life is a Beautiful Thing. And then this sentiment is hope your day brings just what it should, happiness, health, and everything good. And that is from, I think, our birthday celebrations. This is just a thank you card, and this greeting actually is in the Daisy Delight bundle right here. And then for my Old Olive card, I used a sentiment again for the Colorful Seasons. May all your tomorrows be as happy as today. Now what I did for each card is I just cut the Designer Series paper at 1 1/4 by 5 1/2, which is the length of my card, and then I matted it with a piece of black cardstock, which is 1 1/2 by 5 1/2. So you just have that little border there. Now I want to show you a couple fun things that I did with my embellishments that you might not know how to do. These are our faceted gems that are in the new annual catalog, and they come in gold and clear. These are the clear. And notice for the center of my daisy here, it's black. Well, the way I did that is I took my black archival stamping pad, and then I got one of my gems here, and I had a pair of tweezers around here. What did I do with those little guys? Well, they're not here. Oh, here they are. Great. I didn't want to get my fingers all black. So the cool thing is these have adhesive on the back, so it'll kind of stick with my tweezer. Well, in theory. Okay, so you just kind of roll this around your black ink pad, and then when you get it where you want it, hopefully you can see that there, how it's, whoops, we're going off the screen. There we go. Now, this step is very important. You want to take your heat gun and you want to just heat it up a little bit. Even though this is archival black ink, it will sort of smudge off. Okay. So there I've got that. And let me bring in just a piece of the white paper there, and you can see there's just a little bit that comes off. So what I want to do, I want this to be a little bit darker. So I'm going to go back in with my tweezers and get that around there. And a little more on that side, right there. Okay. Then flip it back over and heat it up. let me just set that over here for a minute and bring in my card again. These are our glitter enamel dots, and they come again in all these same colors. So I use them on each one of the cards. Here's the Berry Burst and the Old Olive. And then again, there's the Crushed Curly and the Dapper Denim. And notice here, this is the little mini black sequins that I put around the daisy. On the other cards, I used this silver metallic thread, and I used copper, and the yellow one has the gold. You can see that probably a little bit better. And I took my pearls, because I wanted them to be black as well. You could very easily leave them white if you wanted, but again, I wanted them to be black. So I'll just take it right off and put it in my ink again. Rub that around till I get where I want it. And then I'll do the same thing with my heat tool. And I'll just heat that up so that it won't rub off on my card. Now, if that is a little too messy for you, you can also take a black Sharpie and you can do the exact same thing. You can just go around your pearl right here, just like this. And you can also do it again on top of your clear faceted gem. So whichever one of these works best for you, the thing you want to remember is to use your heat tool to give it a quick pop of heat, so then you won't have that on your finger or with your pearl, from your pearl. Okay, now I want to show you a couple more things that I did on this card. I have already stamped one of the daisies in the Crushed Curry, and my customers tell me sometimes that they have a hard time when they're lining up their punch, that when they go down to punch, that it moves. So one thing I told them is if you get it where you want it and then you just barely squeeze, that will hold it in place and it's not going to move, and then you can go ahead and punch it and get it exactly where you want. So for this card, I actually punched 2 of these daisies. So it's pretty easy to just roll it around, and again, once you get it where you want it, squeeze down on it just a tad to hold it in place. Then when you go to punch, it's not going to move. So what I did for this card, you notice this daisy looks full. What you want to do is put a little adhesive here on the back of this daisy. Then you want to offset your petals like this. Let me get it where I want it. Just like that. So see, you've got the fullness then on your daisy, and you can even lift these petals up like this, you know, every other one or so to kind of make it look like a regular daisy. Then all you're going to do is put a dimensional on the back, and then you'll stick it down. Now, I told you that I put some of this gold cording around here. The easiest way that I have found to do that is take your snail and you want to put it here on the back of the petals, just kind of randomly. Okay, and you want to just get enough on there so it's sticky all over here on the back. Then all you're going to do, and I find it easier to do it while I leave the cording on the spool, you're just going to start and put down this one end, and then you're going to loop it and it will stick where you have that adhesive. Then just keep turning your daisy, and then maybe on this one you want to offset it a little so it comes like that, and then maybe go around and do one more. So there's 3 little silver sort of half circles poking out like that. So on the back, see how that's stuck down with your adhesive, but then when you turn it around, it'll stick out from your daisy, and then all you have to do is plop it right down on your card. If you need to, you can always put a little more adhesive on that. What's great about these cards is, I told you this designer series paper was 1 1/4, and then the black is 1 1/2 to give that little edge. If you have smaller pieces left and maybe it's 3/4 of an inch, well, that's just fine. Go ahead and use that and then adjust your mat accordingly. Maybe make that 1 inch, and then you can either put it all the way over to the edge, or you could center it right here and then have a little bit of your white showing. I used the Whisper White thick cardstock as my base. Got a little adhesive there, got that off, because it's very thick and everything sticks on there really nicely. So you could just punch a bunch of daisies or other flowers that you like. Make a stack of these cards for birthdays, sympathy, thinking of you, and then you're all ready to go. I hope you enjoyed these tips today, and I'll see you next time.